Hello everybody! It's not a wonderful day. It is a wonderful day because every single day you wake up is a wonderful one. But it is huge storms here. I say wind. So the wind's rolling through. It's very, very strong at the moment. It's really strong through the night. Hopefully nothing comes down in the wind. Rain's now come. It's not exactly perfect weather out there, which is a little bit. However, does mean I've been doing stuff inside. So today, I've just been doing what is very boring for camera, which is putting more coats on to the red to get that red the right colour, that Bordeaux red, in this room so we can move on to the next thing, which is interesting for you to see. Really important part of this room is the gold trim. That is what will make this pop properly. And it does need doing again. I don't know if you can see here. So this was obviously once upon a time this colour in those original pictures. Someone painted it that sort of ducko colour. They did not do the cutting in particularly well. I, of course, am going to wait for this to be dry and I will mask it all up properly to get very nice, crisp lines. But the real question is, what sort of shade gold should this be? Because that is the next task. So I actually just went to go grab some different bits of gold to show you, get an idea, and start to work out what colour I wanted it to be. And can you tell it's a little bit smoky in here? Yeah, well, it appears we have a new problem in this room. So, smoke filled, what's the reason? Well, it's actually burning paint. You can see here, it's all starting to crack and come off, and this is brand new stove paint. This, hasn't been used that many times, and it's just all starting to burn off. And I appreciate I do have to burn wood burners quite warm in this place, but it's not much help if you can't actually use it, and every time you do, go open the window to wear the place out. Kind of counteractive, isn't it? The sun's come back out, wind's still fairly strong, but with the sun being out and the skies being nice and blue, leaving that window open for that room to wear out won't be too much of an issue. I want to say a massive, massive thank you to your lovely, lovely comments on the last video. And obviously, a lot of you said I looked really stressed. I did say it, I was. There's a reason I was stressed, and it's not quite, it's not because of what was going on particularly, it was because of the people that I would have let down. So I really appreciate your kind words about not getting stressed over such things. Ordinarily, no problem, you all see me deal with things like that quite easily. I was stressed because of the people I would let down, and it is a community pub, it's the heart of that village and the surrounding area. We've got musicians that relied on that night to earn money. The building itself obviously does have to earn money. It's a business after all. But there are people which do not see anybody else for the entire week, don't get to interact and talk to people, don't get to go out and have fun apart from on those nights. And there's a reasonable amount of them, to be fair. So if I did not get that sorted, not only were musicians who needed to go out and show off their skills, earn some money, get gigs booked by being seen. Those people that rely on that for their social circle to actually see people for the week wouldn't have been able to. So that's where the stress came from. Amazing that those battery packs managed to keep it all up and running for the majority of the night. Fantastic. I couldn't have asked for a better result for a bad situation, and couldn't have asked for you at home that was watching and leaving comments to have been any nicer. So just really thank you so much. Now, and this is really, really, annoying today. The smell is still here, even though the smoke has gone. I've got the window slightly open now, but it's not going to clear enough for me to carry on working in here for a little bit. So I'm going to, while it is sunny, I'm going to wander around and find some beautiful things to look at to remind me that this is a wonderful place, because that's the best thing to do when you... So whenever I either need a little pick-me-up or just a little reset, actually, I have a little wander around to take it all in, remind myself how beautiful it all is. But it's also sometimes really helpful to be able to actually take in what needs doing here. And as wonderful as it looks, especially in comparison to, say, Billy's Convent, which I spend a bit of time at, so I know, the amount of money spent on this needed is actually kind of the same as the convent, in as much as you can currently live in this. I do live in it. It's okay. But everywhere you go behind, there is something major that needs doing, which is a complete pain. And it all starts on the outside. As you can see, this place has been sprayed with concrete render a very long time ago. It was very fashionable to do it. So let's there you go. And this will just all come off. It's supposed to be lime. So what's underneath, that's what it's supposed to be, which of course is a much better colour. This has been sprayed on because back in the 70s, everyone thought that that would waterproof the building. Yeah, it does, and that's not what you want. So this place has got new roof, new windows. You sit there and think the majority of the work is done, and they are very, very expensive between the pair of them. That render, the concrete render, the moisture and condensation which naturally gets in houses during the winter cannot escape through the walls in the summer, because the concrete render doesn't breathe, the lime render does, which is why there is damp all throughout houses like this. This one is going to be no different. There are all sorts of issues which would come from that, where wood rots in window reveals, behind them, floorboards, joists underneath that. The real main thing here is actually you need to get all of that off, get lime render on it, and then go through the house completely to undo the damage which has been done by all of the years of having that there. That's not particularly cheap, and it's not particularly easy to do, so it's not getting done anytime quickly. That is of course why this room, if anyone actually remembers what this was like back before, we had to leave this for almost 2 years to dry out after we took everything off the walls, and we still have that same problem. So see how this stone, this is obviously cement where they put the windows in. We repointed this, and of course it's hygroscopic, it draws moisture which creates issues, so really that all needs to be raked out and redone, and that's not a job I particularly look forward to. You know, there are beautiful hallways which do look pretty good. You know, these don't need quite as much work, and then there are of course rooms which do. Ooh. That's yeah. You know, this is okay. This is rough around the edges, but it's just. Oh, you can see there. Obviously, that's the water damage at the top. This, you know, there's damage all down the sides. You want to think about how you'd actually do this room. It's sort of going to be a dressing room, just never got round to it yet. But all of these rooms, I mean, right, that is how big the ceiling is. That's as tall as I can reach. That's a better idea. Look at the view. Look at the view. Door's standing behind me. can see the lake, the moat. I think I can also see a row of daffodils along the bank out there. Let's throw up the window. Look at that lovely row of daffodils all along the bank, just popping their head out. Andrew and I planted those all last year, I think. Yeah! So why am I telling you all this? Why am I saying how much work is involved in a place like this? And even though it looks fantastic, it still needs that sort of work? Because I'll tell you right now, you could lose €1 million in this tomorrow. You wouldn't know where it had gone. You'd see a difference, you wouldn't know where it had gone. Why am I telling you that? Because I get emails and messages all the time from people saying they want to do this. And I always say, please follow your dreams. Just think it through first, because even something like this, and one of the conversations was, oh, I couldn't do anything like Billy's convent, but something like yours I could do because it's just a bit of paint and a few other bits and pieces. There are always huge hidden problems in places like this, and the costs mount up really quickly. Now, for not 1 minute am I saying do not do it if you can and follow your dreams. I absolutely adore every second of being here when the sun is shining and things are going well, and even when they aren't, you can find a reason to take a step back and find that joy again. But if you were trying to do it on such a budget that you hadn't really thought of some of these problems coming in, that could get upsetting, stressful, not very nice. So even the best kept one of these will require huge maintenance a year. So if you're going to do it, if any of you now watching are some of those people that have messaged me that I haven't managed to get back to, or thinking about it yourself and haven't yet got round to that point, well, just have a real long hard think. If you're going to, you want to follow that dream, run at it. Just do the thinking bit first. Now, birds are tweeting away, the sun's shining. The day that I didn't want to happen because things went wrong and I just wanted to get some work done, well, do you know what? The house and grounds are trying to tell me not to worry about it because the sun's now shining, the birds are now singing. I might just have 5 minutes here soaking it all in. See you next time. Bye now.